All right, y'all. Welcome back to the show. We back at it. It's been a minute since y'all seen us in the studio, but we had to come back. We got a special guest right here. You want to introduce yourself to the people real quick that may not be known?
It's your girl, Miss A1, coming all the way from the city of Vallejo, California. You feel me? I got a little surprise though for y'all. We gonna introduce me different. My name is Miss A1, but we changing it strictly to Yola this year. You feel me? I just had an epiphany, so be looking out for that.
Yeah, why is that? So before we get into it, let's break down your name, where it comes from. Because I remember when I first discovered you, it was like MZA1. Mm-hmm. And then I met you in person, and I was like, oh yeah, MZA1. You're like, nah, don't call me that. Call me Yola. Mm-hmm. So yeah, where does MZA1 come from? And then why do you choose to change it?
Miss A1, it comes from just me kind of like messing around on Twitter. My real name is Angel. And I don't know, I always thought I was the A1 bitch. I've always knew I was the shit. I'm a real ass person. Like, I'm hella loyal, so it go all up into that. It's kind of like a self-naming thing.
So it's not MZA1, it's Miss A1.
Miss A1.
I didn't know that. Yeah, okay. Why the Z? Why'd you pick the Z though instead of the S?
Just something different. I just felt like I didn't like the way it looked. It just looked stupid. But then as time went on, I started realizing like people couldn't really like pronounce it. They wasn't saying it right. Yeah. So one day I'm rapping and I'm like just fucking around Miss A1, and then Yola just came out and I'm like, oh yeah, that's dope. So we gonna just make it easier and we finna just drop Miss A1. She's still around, no RIP or nothing, but we moving on, we growing in this game. It's been a while. So
okay, but the Yola part, how does the Yola part come into play? Why do you choose Yola? Because we all know the slang A1 Yola. But yeah. But why for your name?
For that, just because I wanted to stick with the same program. Like, something, that Yola, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I give a lot of good energy out, and I kind of want to, keep sticking to the same program. Just, I don't want to change it too much, Okay. We on that same hype, because I'm the dopest bitch out of Vallejo, out of my city, you know what I'm saying?
Speak on it.
That's kind of where I'm coming from with that, too.
All right, so Vallejo, was you born in the Vallejo Kaiser? Mm-hmm. Me too. We were born in I was born in that same hospital. I swear that hospital birthed some legends.
Man, for real, Dr. Maddox, if you still alive, man, I love you, man.
Hell yeah. How did growing up in Vallejo for you influence you into getting into music? Why music for you?
I always knew that I wanted to do something, but I always had this strange love and obsession for music. Like, anybody could ask me about any song. They could ask me about a sample, whatever. I'm listening to everything. A lot of old school, like oldies, Teddy Pendergrass, all that type stuff, but rap heavy. My mom was a rap fan, but it just did something to me. I just always wanted to know what are they wearing? Oh, when are they gonna drop? I was a fan for real. I started off a real hardcore music fan first, and I don't know, I've always been good with words too. Like, I used to write poetry growing up. Mm-hmm. And I actually had to leave Vallejo when I was 14, and that's when I really started to know, like, this is something that I really want to do, because I used to kind of be a little depressed, lock myself in the room and just write poetry all day and night. And I don't know, I just knew that I had a calling for it, but I really did not know until like 2018, like, okay, like, I'm gonna start shaping this shit right. Like, I was with Gutta Betta, actually his name was Young World back in that day. I was with him and I just started rapping it to him. He like, what's up with the car raps? Like, go put that shit down. Oh. And so he was the first one that kind of like motivated me to try to, get it together. And
I see.
It came from there.
Ooh. Okay, that's interesting, yeah. Growing up, who was you listening to, or like what was your parents slapping growing up that got you to pay attention to rap?
My mom listened to a lot of Scarface, but E40 was a big part of my life. I'm not gonna lie. The Clique, the whole movement. My stepdad was in that, and my mom, she was around all the Clique parties, all the wives, baby mamas, whatever you want to call it. My mom was around there cooking, putting meals together, doing whatever favors. The hustle and the grind of just being in the music. Okay. And so that's what kind of like sparked my interest a little bit, I feel like, because I know all his music, like all the albums, the history of it, just from, and of course Mac Dre. I got to high school and I was You
That's
feel
that
me?
shit,
I was a big Mac Dre fan too, so I could say that they influenced. I mean, it's just the game. I love to give it, receive it. You know, I love to be a part of that kind of like motion.
Right. Okay, so you said it wasn't until you were 14 when you moved out of Vallejo was when you started actually rapping.
Mm-hmm.
So what? So before, when you were in Vallejo, were you at least like freestyling or just like rapping for fun? Or?
Yeah, a little bit, but I didn't know how to put it together. Like, it was terrible. Like, I was saying something, but it wasn't right. It was like, let me go somewhere by myself and work on this, because, whew, coming from Vallejo, California, they will roast your ass how you quitting, for real. So I didn't want to.
What do you mean by that, though? What do you mean by that?
Like, you know, you gotta work on your craft. You can't just jump out there. Oh yeah, I can do. You know, anybody could do that. You gotta really show that you've been working on it. Like, for real. Like, I learned that along the way too. Even more, it's real important. But yeah, I used to rapping in front of my friends, not yet.
Yeah, okay.
Because they used to rap. They did. They were rapping. I had friends around me doing rap music, like Wet Team. Shout out to y'all. You feel me? It's a group of people in Vallejo, North Vallejo Rancho originators, and you feel me, they was always rapping. Everybody, Strike Bowl, everybody rapping. I wanted to do it so bad, didn't know where to start. So it kind of come from that too, growing up around. Everybody just got their own wave, their own swag where I'm from. Like, and nobody is like, we all from Vallejo, but everybody bring their own flavor, you know? And I feel like I just wanted to be a part of that shit too.
Okay, that makes sense. So what was the move then? Why did you move out of Vallejo when you were 14, and why did you take music seriously after that moment?
I moved because I was bad growing up a little bit. My mom, she sold drugs. You know, that was my life. I lived in a trap house, you know, so I had a lot of free time to do whatever I wanted to do. And I was getting in trouble, juvenile hall, stealing, all of that type of stuff, just trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I had to move because my mom, you know, I went to juvenile hall. She like calling my dad. Mind you, I met him just probably like 4 years before I even had to go out there. She's telling him, oh yeah, come get her. I can't do this no more. Really, she was just deep in her life. I was probably in the way. But that's what made me have to leave. She just couldn't deal with me no more. And my dad like, send her. And so that's how that happened. I had to go up there like that.
Where'd you get sent to?
Seattle, Washington.
Oh, so damn. So wait. So you spent your high school years up there in Seattle?
Yeah. I was just fresh out of middle school, and she just was like, "No, I'm not doing this right now. I can't watch you." So it's like, yep, you're going up there with him. And it was a big culture shock for me. Like,
that's what I was going to ask you next. Was it a culture shock?
What? Everything just, it's like the Bay died or something. Because everybody, really? Like, in my heart, I was just feeling like it died. Because I'm telling everybody, oh, we don't do this in the Bay. Oh, we don't talk like this in the Bay. We don't, you know, I missed where I came from. It's everything. I've never seen anything else before I moved. It's like I never went anywhere else. I've never been on a plane. I'm strictly from Vallejo, so just to take me out that element, it destroyed me a little bit.
I see. Were you able to at least like regain? Like, how long were you out there in Seattle? For a minute?
Yeah, I was out there like 5 years, 6 years.
Okay. Were you at least able to like regain the feeling? Like,
yeah, I was going back and forth for a long time because I couldn't stop. Like, one thing about this is home. Like, you can't. There's no place like it. I'm here today, like, you know, and I live in Vegas, but I just feel like Seattle helped me grow up in a way because, you know, when you're growing up around all your friends, it's easy to get like distracted and to get pulled into whatever they may be doing, and it might not be good for you, you know what I'm saying? And so that, I could say that it taught me how to grow up out there. Like, I didn't have a lot of distractions, so whatever I was able to focus on, it was like pew, pew.
I see. So in a way, would you say you're grateful that you went out there?
Yeah, at first I was like, fuck that shit. Yeah. But I'm grateful for all the game I got from Seattle too. Shout out to the Six. Yeah. It's my second home for
Seattle. Yeah, because I never really been out there, but I noticed that their culture seems similar to our culture. Like, they fuck with the same type of music.
They love us up there. Yeah. They love us. That's why we love them every time we go.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Mac Dre used to talk about Seattle too.
So your first time in the actual studio, that was in Seattle?
I ain't gonna lie. I did a song in the closet with this girl.
In the closet, you made your own shit or what?
Yeah, we made. They had a beat or whatever, but they had the shit in the closet, and that was the first time. But my first time to me, seriously in the studio, 2017. 2017. Okay. Yeah. I was with my brother Radio Rio. Shout out to him. He a good DJ coming out the city too, up and coming. But yeah, he was recording me. He used to like ask me, what are you gonna bring different to this? Like, this is not a game, and playing, and don't be playing. Like, let's really be serious and lock in. And we locked in, and I recorded my first song with him. And DJ Gutter Butter was right upstairs, and yeah, we was just working on. He come down. You kind of sound like Lil Wayne. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, you sound like Lil Wayne at first.
Yeah, at first. Like,
were you listening to a lot of Lil Wayne?
Yeah. I'm a big Lil Wayne fan. Yeah. Drought 1 through 6, 7, all of that.
It seems like you and Gutter Butter got a good relationship. Y'all be working together and everything. He's doing his shit right now. I've been knowing about him since before I started my page, just off like the albums and the producing he would do for the Vallejo artists. But I seen that so I was trying to do my research on you, and I noticed that, am I right, your first music video was the song with Gutter Butter? It was like black and white?
Because our first video together, I believe, is Problem. It's a song called Problem, produced by L Fingers. I can't stop, again, I got a problem. I like to count commas and watch my nigga flip it. Broke bitches just don't get it. I sacrifice to win it. That was my first. That was my first single.
So yeah, what led to that? What was that like? So, because mind you, you already did that shit in the closet recording studio. So what was the process like, going from a closet to like now you're in an actual studio? Was that through Gutter Butter?
It was, and shout out SB Smack. That was somebody that was around a lot too, giving me my first beats and just giving me my first shot, just making me feel like I could do it. It was intimidating. The whole thing, it was just a bunch of dudes around like all the time, and these dudes been in this stuff, they been doing this. I don't know how to record, I don't know how to count my bars, I don't know how to, like, I didn't know how to do nothing. I just kind of just kept throwing myself in there. I'ma learn, just keep messing up, I'ma learn. That's kind of like what got me through this whole process, just not being scared to mess up. Because I quit 50 million times. I probably quit this morning.
Were you scared to mess up at first?
Just scared of just not knowing what I'm doing. Like, always, I guess that's a human nature. We just want to know what we're doing. We want to be confident in what we're doing. And back then, it wasn't, like, I knew I was saying something, but I just wasn't confident in what I was doing fully. I was just still working on it, still putting it together. Because it's like a Play-Doh project for real with your music career. You got to keep shaping it and changing it and reinventing it. Like, you got to really, it's more than just more than just pen and paper or studio.
Yeah, okay. What's your biggest challenge then in terms of shaping it? Because that is a good analogy. I never really hear people say that. You got to shape it. But what's the biggest challenge trying to shape it? Is it harder than it seems? It's harder than, what's the saying they say? It's easier said than done type shit?
I'm not gonna say that it's hard, because it still come. There's something in there that come natural. But when you are doing something naturally and you're not thinking of, you're not having like a strategy or something like that, and you're just doing stuff free, like, it starts to, like, I don't know, it starts to kind of like go away from your point, like, of what you're trying to make. You don't have a direction of what you're going. So that's where I had to grab control of everything. Like, okay, what direction am I trying to be in? Oh, how am I trying to make other girls feel? Like, it started to, I had points for songs. Like, I'm doing dream boards for songs now. Now I'm not just getting in there listening to the beat, just writing it. Now I have a strategy. Okay, this song is going to be about this. Like, I want this person to kind of bring this part of the song, like, really, I'm producing this shit too at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, thinking more about it instead of just coming up in my clown suit, you know what I'm saying? Because I really want the people to feel me. Like, it's more than less what I got on, how I look. It's, I want you to hear what I'm saying, and I want you to feel me right here. And that's kind of like how I be approaching it now.
Okay. When you say that, what exactly is it that you want the people to feel about yourself when you express yourself through the music?
I want people to feel good, because I come from a place of just feeling like I don't know how to do nothing. I'm not good at anything. It's like everything I try to do, it doesn't go into fruition. I keep trying, it's not working. And like, I want people to feel like they can do it. They that boss female when they hear my shit. When the dudes put my shit on, I want them to feel like, man, I want a female like her. I want her, you feel me? Let me put this on for my girl, because this is the type of shit I want my female to be on. Chin up, chest high. Like, don't discourage yourself. We already harder on ourselves enough, you know. The world is already hard enough. Just keep trying, keep punching, because can't nobody stop you. Can't nobody tell you what's inside of you and what God has for you already written, you know.
No, that's facts. How would you say your relationship with God has impacted your career and, like, you know, touched on your music career and guided you through it? Faith
in God has gotten me here. Because hustling, one thing about hustling, like, it's not guaranteed. Like, it's not something that we know that we're gonna get something out of. We're just hoping. It's like gambling, you know, like, ooh, I hope I hit, I hope I win. And so, like, with that type of job comes a certain mentality. And so I could say that God has kept me strong through this whole process. Like, you know, feeling positive every day. I'm still a human. It's some days I get up, I be like, man, fuck this shit. You know, because I'm not a clown individual. I get straight to it. Like, I'm about handling business, getting it done type person, you know. So sometimes when I'm trying to get something done and I get discouraged, I'll shut down. And lately, like, you know, I just keep praying, like, God, give me the strength, get me out of this. Come on. And He always see it through. So
yeah, you feel like it's been working, the praying?
Yeah, we tight.
Sure. You know it's been working.
Man, I know. We tight.
Yeah, that's good, yeah. So now, transitioning from recording music, now you're actually a serious artist. What was your planning like to where, like, all right, now I gotta drop certain music videos on certain days, I want to do an album now, I want to do all this, I want to do that, because you know the transition going from like a not so serious artist to now you're a serious artist, it's a big difference.
It is a very big difference.
So what was your first initially, like, what was it like?
Initially, like I said, it was like it was like free. It was more free. Like, I was just doing it. Like, I didn't know what my songs were going to be about. I just hear the beat, let the words come out, and then that's just what the song is about. And basically, I would just keep power record at least 30 songs to choose out from. And really, I should have been dropping all of them at the same time, like, just getting rid of them, because I would just pick 10 and just drop them, and drop one a year, and and just roll off that, and just try to shoot every song on that project and stuff like that. Now I'm more in a process where I'm power recording, but all my songs have subjects, and so this album's gonna make me feel like okay, I'm on my boss bitch shit. Oh, I'm learning something from her today. This album's on some shit like, she's shaking ass today, busting traps and checking tricks and doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? And this is about just watching out in life, you know what I'm saying? And being smart and choosing the right people to be around. And, you know, so I try to, like, navigate my projects like that. But I got this camera, so I'm shooting. I don't know, if I go to the studio and I feel it and I'm dressed enough, come on, we finna shoot this right now. I feel this, and we gonna upload it. And that's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to share more of my life, because it's kind of hard to share my life, because it's unorthodox ass life.
But why though? Why does having an unorthodox life make it hard to share?
Because it's like a lot of people, I gotta be careful with how I share it. Like, before, when I first came out, I was willing to say, you know, shit, you could tell from what I'm talking about in my music, where I'm coming from, and the part of the street life that caught me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it don't have nothing to do with lying and none of that type shit. It's a lot to do with hustling. The way to survive, like, I'm surviving, it's the wrong thing, I know that, but I'm trying to get out of it, you know what I'm saying? And they glamorize that lifestyle or whatever a lot, but me, I'm more like, okay, this is what's gonna happen if you don't be smart about it. Okay, you want to get used to doing this forever? Okay, this is what not doing that forever is. Like, this is what actually using your money, getting your money and putting into something good that's gonna come back for you and your family and stuff like that. Not just keep doing the same thing every day, keep dumping your money into nothing and ending up 30, 50 years old with nothing. And so like I'm trying to like change my angle with just, you know, I don't want no one to think or get it confused like I'm trying to glorify some shit. Like, nah, this is my struggle. I came out of that. It was hard. You know, that's kind of like where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Okay. I respect that. Yeah. Do you find it difficult though to do that? Because I ain't gonna lie, nowadays it do be seeming like the game be kind of fake. A lot of people be glamorizing the wrong things. Do you find it difficult, you glamorizing what you feel like is real when it's all
I feel like it's very hard to be authentic in that type of space, or it's very hard to keep going. Like when you know that this fake ass shit is working, and then you keep putting your heart and soul into being 100% healthy. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's hearing you. Yeah, it gets very discouraging. Like it make you just say, you know what? They not hearing me anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I still keep pushing because I feel like I don't care. Like it's a bigger message for this shit. Like no matter what, it's a bigger whole deeper meaning. Like just keep pushing what I think that the people is gonna receive and shit. And I might get hate online, but in real life, open arms, hugs, love. I don't see none of the hate.
When you start to first take it seriously, it's a different era. You said 2018, right? 2018. So things were different back then because it was kind of similar in terms of like, yeah, they had social media. You know, you had SOBRBE popping off, going crazy. All these rappers were popping up. But what would you say the big difference that you see back then in terms of pushing yourself as an artist and utilizing social media and YouTube and like just blowing up, trying to get your name out there?
Back then, it was a little bit more, I don't know, my favorite artists would just drop and would think about, I said my favorite artists would just drop and they wouldn't think so much about stuff. Social media has us fucked up for real. Like, it really does. Like, even when I'm just regularly posting a video, it's like I feel like I'm taking so much time just to make sure it's right. We all like like too much perfection is going on. Like just do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stop being so focused on making it so perfect. And I feel like, you know, it's affected our men. We need a chain, we need a bust down, we need Rolly, we need big Rolls Royce, we need this, we need that. And I feel like that's what has changed a lot. Like a lot of people feel like they need this image instead of just coming with your raw ass music like that we appreciate already, you know? Yeah. And I feel like that is what's changing us. That social media is changing us. It's like, dang, this song is a really good song. It's so good, but it only has 6 comments, so I'm gonna skip that and I'm gonna look at the song with 100 comments, 100 bad comments, and it's just a fucked up world, like how it is. You know what I'm saying? It just discourage an artist. Like artists will post something and feel like, oh, I really like this song. They'll feel like no one heard it because it's 6 comments. And I'm here to tell you today, artists, keep posting that shit. I don't care if it's 5 comments. I don't care if it catch the algorithm today. Somebody's seen it. Don't matter. Your goal is to get people to see it, not for them to, not for nothing else. They like it. They're just waiting on someone else to comment and say that they like it too.
What was your experience transitioning through COVID too? Because I know you remember what it was like when COVID hit.
Ooh, COVID is a time where I actually locked in and start getting better. I had nowhere to go, so I just locked in, just writing and rapping and practicing a lot. Like I was at the studio a lot. I have an engineer out there that I work with that I'm really tight with. His name is Jeremiah Rios. He used to record for Lil Wayne and Celine Dion and stuff like that. And he's taught me so much about dealing with my voice, getting out of pitch, little stuff, because I got a lot of different tones. And he just been teaching me how to play with that, and I don't know, I was just able to lock in and get a little bit more freer. I feel like that helped me get better. Yeah,
okay. You actually ended up moving to Vegas, so you don't even really stay in the Bay. Mm-hmm. Is that recent? You recently moved?
Nah, I moved away like 6 years ago.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so around when you were like taking music seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's another thing that probably helped me too. Because like I said, like me, I'm an Aries. I'm easily distracted by certain shit. And I'm the type of person that I got to just think for myself and be my own parent. Girl, you're going to go to the party. You're going to drink. You're going to do all of this. You're going to do all of that. So I'm kind of thankful that I was able to be in Vegas locked in too. Because it made me get more serious about my music videos, everything.
Yeah. So what is that like going to Vegas from the Bay Area? What's the differences in terms of like just the vibes?
It's an independent scene down there. It's a city full of hustlers. Like everybody's doing something on their own. Like just kind of like how our culture is. Like we got a bunch of producers, engineers. We got people that own spaces that are letting the public utilize them. I don't know. Their sets out there are very much different than ours. Like I said, it's a city full of hustlers and a lot of people kind of capitalizing off LA being right here and the Bay Area being right here. And so people are coming in the middle like, oh, we don't have these sets in LA or we don't have these sets in the Bay. And I've created some shit out there.
Yeah. Would you say that rubbed off on you though when you went out there?
What, the hustling stuff?
Yeah, just like you said, a city full of hustlers.
Yeah. But the Bay gave me out my game. Like I basically used this game down there. Like everything I got, like how to deal with people, how to get what I need out of every situation. Yeah, that Bay Area gave me a lot of game.
Yeah, I was doing Vallejo posts. I think that's how I got tapped in with you. Mm-hmm. I forget if you sent me your shit or someone sent me.
I don't remember. I just remember one day. I think one day you posted it. And I was kind of looking at your platform, and it made me feel like, okay, I'm a part of this platform right here. Like I felt like at home looking at it just because it was a bunch of up and coming people, and that's where I was at the time. So I felt real good about your platform, and I'm proud of you, bro. For real.
Thank you.
For real, I'm in full support. I always told you that though, and I tell everybody about your platform just because it gives people that don't, necessarily have a voice yet a voice, and that's important because community, that's what's gonna get you out of here.
Exactly. Trying to tap in with the people.
You feel me?
Yeah. Okay. So, what was the moment in your music career where you realized, like, oh, this shit's serious? Like, was there a moment where, like, you got certain love for maybe, like, a fan, or you just got love, oh, I gotta take this shit seriously?
When I dropped Playing With You Hoes.
I'm a real wrong bitch, I think you really ain't gon' really kill shit, yeah. So this bitch, I ain't playing with you, playing with that shit, I ain't playing with you, I'm a little bitch, I ain't playing with you,
When I dropped that, that's what was like, oh, girl, you got to do this. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. I had so many different artists reaching out. I had some of Mess cousins reaching out to me. Oh, my God, yes.
You get Mess on the remix? They're trying to
Mess, where you at? I'm looking for you. Still going crazy. I'm performing at every city that I hit. Like right now, me and, we on tour, so... Yeah, I'm performing that song. I get a lot of good crowd engagement, and I think that's what made me really feel like I need to keep doing it too. Okay. But a lot of people embrace me though, like Deltrice. That's one of my big sisters out here. It's like solid, always been there for me, especially in this type of shark environment. She been a shark environment for me. My brother, shout out Lil Blood. That's somebody I've been knowing for years before I even started this shit. And that's a big brother to me. Okay. Of course, Gutta Butta. I've also got a lot of love from Keek. He shouted out one of my songs that I did. I sampled one of his songs. So I got a nice, amount of Bay Area love. My city, I feel like, stand behind me, the ones that love me, So it made me feel like as soon as I dropped that, it was on.
Who would you say, though, in the industry, at least, is the most solid industry person that you've met, and why?
The most solid that I've met in a while? You know what? I met a lot of solid people, but recently I had a chance to meet Lil Russell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had a chance to meet him, and him and Gutta Butta did that project, but just paying attention to the infrastructure over there, and just how as soon as you hit the room, they're speaking to everybody. He speaks to everybody, and that just stood out to me. Like, people don't do that. Like, you kind of, when you're meeting new people, sometimes, people either awkward or they just too cool. Not him. Yeah. And I seen that was a good thing. And who else? DJ Gutta Butta is a good industry person to me. Like, he has always pushed me. Even when I felt like I wasn't doing as great, he always kept telling me, keep going, keep going, keep going. He always helped me, supported me, invested in me. So at the end of the day, like, that's one of the realest that I got in my corner in this game. I don't go nowhere without him. That's how this go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then, so what's your biggest mistake that you feel like you made that you've learned from and that you will never do again in terms of music? What's your biggest learning lesson?
Thinking everybody is my friend. Thinking that this is a friendly thing. Like, yeah, we're cordial, but yeah, it's still something. Some artists, you know, don't know how to coexist with other artists. Like, you know, once they know that you're good, like sometimes it just makes them act different towards you. And I realized that, okay, well, sometimes I get a little too friendly, and I feel like that's what I learned, not to be too available, too open with my resources, because people are just not going to treat you back the same. And that's just how that shit go.
Man, I feel that. But you feel like you've improved from that though? But yeah, now you don't really like trust everybody, huh?
I move real caution. Once you give me a little bit of warmth, then I'm coming full fledged. I'm on my way. But if I'm not gonna be too much of like, I don't kiss nobody ass. I'm the type of person, if we get in the same room together, we look each other in the eye and decide to be cool, we good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't got time to be playing. Like, I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to run a business. Like, you trying to do the same thing? Okay, we cool. Like,
yeah, we don't got time for that shit. Yeah. What would you say though is the biggest mistake you see other artists make? Trying to come up.
Being too thirsty. Being too anxious about some shit, or getting online saying no one's supporting me and no one's here for me, and man, cut it. Like, at the end, it's crybaby shit. Like, you did not sign up. This is not your mom's house. This is the fucking field. Like, get out there and do your best. Show the fuck up. Like, this not a crybaby sport. And that sympathy that you're looking for, all they gonna do is laugh. Like, no one's fucking feeling you when you on there doing that. You look bitter. You look crazy. Like, I feel like I see a lot of artists doing that shit, and I feel like that's the type of shit you got to keep to yourself. Keep working. Every time you feel like you unnoticed or you don't feel supported, just keep working, keep shocking them, keep figuring it out. That's all this shit is. Over and over and over and over again, you got to keep shocking them until you're lodged in their mind. Crying about it ain't gonna make it happen no faster though, you know.
Exactly. Basically, you recently dropped. You did something that was like influenced by Kim K's thing, but that wasn't the album cover, but it was like, what was that? It was promotion for
So, yeah, it was, okay, so I ran into, once again, Vegas, I ran into this girl. She's a creative director. Her name is Triple B Bridget, BBB Fine Art on Instagram, guys. She's so dope. But either way, she wanted to start getting into music videos and stuff. And so I showed her my logo. I had an idea. I'm like, could you paint my body like this? And she did it. And so we were kind of like, you know, getting to know each other. And I wanted to use it for my cover, but it was already too late. I already had one. So I just used it as like promo, just get more people looking at the page and, you know, just seeing an extra step that I was willing to take to get it out there.
Okay.
But I do this. I love cosplay, dress up, all that shit. That's my shit. I started off modeling before I was rapping.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, okay. And it worked.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And so that was your most recent album?
Yes, Lil Sauce Bitch is my most recent album.
So what's the meaning? Because I know A1, sauce ain't right without the A1.
Exactly,
okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And I start getting a little bit more free. Like, I'm, you know, messing with the auto tune a little bit on here. And I always wanted to put my records that I was giving game to the young girls. Like, one of my tracks on there was produced by Rob Lowe. It's called Nothing Into Something. And it's a song basically about just making the right decisions. I made so many of the wrong decisions. Like, I probably would have been rapping seriously if I didn't make a lot of the wrong decisions, dealing with dudes and dealing with the wrong females and all that stuff. So I kind of like wanted to put those records out, because I made a lot of those type of records, heartfelt, but I was always scared to put it out, because it's like I'm putting out all this hyphy shit, all this turned up shit, gangsta hood shit a little bit. So it was like, I don't know how they gonna receive me. So with this one, I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just jump, close my eyes and just jump. And so a lot of the records on there are different from what I usually put out. And I've been getting good little feedback from them.
Yeah. So when you say different, do you mean like more introspective?
More introspective and more. What she say? Let me run that back. Let me make sure I heard what she said. You know, I'm trying to get more into that side because I don't want people to think I'm just a dumb bitch. Like, this ain't that. Like, I don't give a fuck what I'm saying on these songs, how I'm acting. Nah, I'm not playing.
Yeah, you got stories to tell.
Man, and I've been through a lot. Like, all this shit is from experience. Like, whew, I've been homeless, living out of suitcases. Oh, really? Yes, I've, estranged from my family, thinking like, oh, no one cares about me. Just like everybody else, I go through the same shit with my family, same shit. Like, and I just feel like I wanted to share more of that side with me, with the people, because a lot of people could relate to that. Like, yeah, we turned up, that's just a moment. Like, all my turned up songs is for the moment, but the other stuff, like, that's what's gonna get you through the day,
Do you have any, in terms of like the fan base that you've accumulated so far, or like the people that have been fucking with you, or just for any up and coming rappers that maybe look up to you and are trying to be like you, what's your best advice to people that are just still trying to make it in this game that maybe haven't got to where you're at yet?
Listen to yourself. Take business advice from people, apply it to whatever you're doing, but listen to yourself. Create what you want and listen to yourself. Don't let anyone start giving you too many directions about creating, because that's where I was messed up at for a while. Just they don't want to hear the whole music. They don't want. I heard so much about my shit, but don't listen to that. That thing that they're talking about is what's gonna make it stand out. Like, just keep doing you. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what do you mean? So you said that thing that they're talking about, like when people are trying to give you criticism? Yeah,
no, like when people are, giving you criticism and trying to say what they think is gonna pop. Oh, you should have did it like this because it's gonna. This is what's popular. This is what's gonna. Don't let no one deter you from what you're doing. If you already been doing that and it feels good to you, keep working on that and shaping that. Don't meet nobody at their level. Make them meet you at yours.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, real quick, do you want to let the people know what's coming for A1 Yola or MZA? Yeah, not so no longer MZA. A1 Yola. A1 Yola.
No longer Miss A1 Yola.
No, yeah, my bad. You literally just said it's not MZA.
It's okay.
It's
okay, but no more Miss A1 Yola. My name is Yola. I got a new tape coming. It's called Pay Yola.
Wait, my bad. Real quick, let's touch on that. So, what's the meaning behind this new tape, and like, what's the?
So the new meaning behind the tape is, everybody know what Pay Yola is, and honestly,
Pay Yola.
Yeah. So Pay Yola, but I just kind of want to make a little fun album about I'm putting my money into this shit and I'm not playing with you hoes, and I want you to feel good listening to this. I want you to feel good when you spend your money on yourself or when somebody spends some money on you. You feel me? That's kind of the vibe of this. Like, just doing the right thing, doing good in life, balling out of control. Pay Yola, and I'm also June 26th or June 22nd. I'm gonna be in Tacoma, opening up for Stunner Girl. I'm on the little paid and put up tour with DJ Gutter Butter. I'm an opener on that whole tour. So we going to Tacoma. We going to Seattle. We going to Honolulu, Hawaii. Ooh. And then we gonna end it in Vegas. We already went to Seattle for real. Then we went to Portland.
Oh, the vacuum.
No, he went down with the vacuum. Oh. I thought he passed out, man. But anyway, yeah, I've been rocking on a tour with him. He been doing a lot of dates with her or whatever. So he been throwing me the opportunity, DJ Gutter Butter that is, he been throwing me the opportunity to just, get my shit out, get my performance better. And that's probably my favorite thing about this shit. Like, I like putting the music together, but performing it, I just turn into somebody else.
What's the biggest crowd you performed in front of?
800 in front of
Was that Stunner Girls thing? It was like the beach, right? Or like you went on like a
no, not that one. That was the one in Oakland. See, this one was in Seattle. Huge crowd.
What was that feeling like? What was that feeling like when you seen all these people?
Electric. And I remember what was that? Fresno. So we had to perform out there, and I just remember like, this is a nice amount of people. Like, I need to learn how to control them so that they don't get like doing something else while I'm rapping my song. I want them to all be looking at me while I'm rapping my song, because it's easy to be. I've been at shows, people on their phone. We in a different time now, So what am I gonna do to stand out to get them to pay attention to me the whole set? So like I could say that messing with this tour with DJ Gutta Butter has made me different, because now I'm thinking about, you know, like I said before, you got to start thinking about more ways to just stand out, stay relevant.
Okay. All right. So yeah, let the people know, how do we look you up on YouTube and all that? Where can we find you, etc.? Why should we tune in?
Okay, y'all can find me on YouTube. My name on there is Miss A1, MZA1. I'm also, you can find me, basically just Google Ms. A1. All my platforms is going to pop up. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You should tune in just due to the fact because I'm one of the realest bitches out here. Like, period. I'm not faking. Ain't none of that other shit. I don't want to fuck with bitches that don't want to do good in life. It doesn't matter if you're the best fucking manager at McDonald's, babe. Like, I can hang with you. You got a good head on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. Growing up into being some that you'll never think you would be, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think I would be Miss A1 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking like this. So you just never know what'll happen. And that's kind of, you know, good vibes. That's the type of thing I'm giving out. So if you want to see some movies and some sexy ass bad bitches, come fuck with me.